Hey guys, welcome back to Tarot for Self-Love. We are on class number 3 today, so thanks for holding on through 1 and 2. So that was energy basics and learning about the major arcana. So today we're going to learn about the supporting characters, the minor arcana. So, this is just a review from last time. Major Arcana, 22 cards representing major life journeys or major life moments, also known as the Fool's Journey. And we talked about that cycle that it makes with the turning of the wheel and the, the world. And then, so today we're going to talk about the Minor Arcana, which is 4 suits, 14 cards each, and it provides support and guidance to the Fool's Journey. So, like I said, there's 4 suits. We have the wands, cups, swords, and pentacles, and they all relate to different attributes and also elements. So, like you see, wands are fire and passion. This is a lot of like quick energy, very very powerful energy that comes through fast, like a fire. This is a lot of where your life's work, your soul mission on this earth. When you see wands, that's typically referring to that. Not necessarily your career, but what you're supposed to be doing here, your purpose. Cups deal with water and emotion, obviously, cups overflowing, empty cups, those kinds of things. So, the state of the cup on the card is going to give you some insight to what the card is trying to tell you. So a lot of tarot in general, because we talked about the different decks and things like that last time, the symbology is going to be the same across all decks. Like the cup, you're going to have something that represents cups. You're going to have something that represents wands. You're going to have something that represents swords and pentacles. So this basic knowledge is what's going to help you move forward in your journey with tarot and help you have an easier time interpreting the cards. So swords are air energy. Think cutting the air with a knife, and intellect. So your brain power. This is where clarity comes in, or things like you're thinking too much, take your brain out of it, those kinds of things. And it all deals with brain over heart, mind over matter. So then you have pentacles, which is your earth energy, and this is going to be your tangible assets. This is going to be your abundance, your spending habits, your career, whatever you do to make money. This is going to be insight to, your home life, your if you're a parent, how you parent your children, and how you parent yourself too. There's a lot of inner child themes that come up in Pentacles too, because that is an asset, whether you realize it or not. Your inner child is an asset to you because he or she teaches you about what your root traumas are that are keeping you from achieving the level of self-love that you want. So and this goes for the major arcana too, you're always going to want to notice the numbers of the cards. And this is just kind of a 1-word, 2-word thing to help you as a reference guide as you're getting started. So 1, or ace, is beginnings, new opportunities. The world is opening up to you, kind of like the Fool energy. So 2 is balance and choices. Sometimes if you get like a 2 of swords, you can pull 2 more cards, and that will be like choice A, choice B, or path A, path B. Then 3 is about collaboration. Like the 3 of Pentacles is very much like friendship and sisterhood type energy, and being around people that celebrate you and that you celebrate as well. 4 is about stability and creating a solid foundation. 5 is going to be challenges, conflicts, and that can be dealing with inner challenges or outer challenges, depending on the surrounding cards. 6 is where you do an adjustment. 6 is the pivot point, kind of like the Wheel of Fortune, where you can take a pause, reevaluate, and then move forward. And then 7 is assessment. So that is clarity on what you're doing with this, with the 6. So whatever adjustment you're trying to make in your life, the 7 can give you what you need to focus on in order to move forward. And then 8 is movement. 8 is, so like 8 of Wands is like really fast movement. 8 of Pentacles is like you're almost there. Keep going. Your manifestations are coming. Just keep moving. One foot in front of the other. 9 is contentment. So like, we're cool here. We can stay here and life will be okay. Life will deal, but we know we can get better. We know it can get better. And then that 10 is full circle. So that's going to be what you're trying to work for is, destined for completion, or if it's in reverse, like it might be telling you something that you need to go back and work on. And that's something that I forgot to put in the major arcana video, but it goes with minor arcana too. When you see reverse cards, you can choose whether you want to read a deck with reversals or without. But when you see reverse cards, it should be a sign for you to go back to what the previous card is. So like if you were going to, if you're dealing a deck, or you're shuffling and you're sitting down for a reading, and the say the 8 of Wands comes in reverse, you can think back to what the 7 of Wands means, which would be an assessment of your passion, assessment of your fire, and you might get some insight on what will work for you going forward, what needs to be tweaked in your assessment that can help you move forward with a clearer, cleaner energy. So that's something that you can use in both my major and minor arcana, especially with the major arcana, because it shows you what to go back to. So if you were to see strength in reverse, the card right before that is the Chariot. And the Chariot is all about willpower and pushing through. And strength is about realizing how strong you are, realizing your own inner strength. So if it's in reverse, you're struggling with realizing your inner strength. So you look back to the card before it, which is the Chariot, and so the universe is telling you to keep moving, keep pushing on, keep doing what you're doing, and trust in yourself. So that's kind of what this numerology and interpretations can help with. So then we have the Court. So you'll have the Page or Princess, or Knave in some decks, the Knight, Prince, Knight or Prince, the Queen, and the King. So there's one word that can kind of relate to each court card to help you remember the meaning of the card. So if you're getting a Page card, that's all about learning something new, absorbing new information, sitting back and watching your mentors, and taking their lead. So the Page is the person that supports the court. They are young, they're learning, they're helping out where they can. That's the Page energy. And then you tie that with whatever suit it is. So like a Page of Pentacles would be, going back to school, something tangible, studying a new topic, in order to enhance your growth. So the Knight or the Prince is all about movement. So this is Knight of Wands is going to be like crazy fire movement, crazy fast. But then the Knight of Pentacles is like a slow, it's still movement, but it's in a more steady and stable fashion. And then you have the Queen, who nurtures everyone around her, nurtures herself. So Queen of Cups would be like nurturing yourself and self-love. Queen of Pentacles is seen as like the single parent breadwinner of the deck. And because she's nurturing this life around her, she's growing this life around her, she's building up life in her image. The king cards are gonna talk about mastery. So we're talking about, so King of Cups is going to be like mastering your emotions. The King of Pentacles is mastering your finances and your stability. The King of Swords is mastering your mind, knowing when to follow your heart or your head, that kind of thing. So now we get into homework. So you're going to continue what you learned in class 1 and class 2. So body scanning, shielding, grounding. You're going to continue automatic writing for the major arcana. And then you're going to start automatic writing for the minor arcana. So this is, you can either do it all as one deck, or you can separate it into minor and major and shuffle separately. And then you just pull the top card and you write about it. And this automatic writing is, there's no wrong answer here. There's no test. There's no grade book. There's no judgment on what you write down. It's, what it does is it helps you attach the meaning of the card to a memory or feeling that you've come across in your life. And what that does is it helps you relate the tarot to your own personal life. That way, when you do readings for yourself or for others, you can relate that back to something that you felt viscerally. And then that gives you a better, deeper reading because you understand those feelings and that intention behind it. So I want you to do all of this without the guidebook. We're not touching the guidebook yet because I want you to learn the cards on your own in a way that works for you, not rote memorization. And then this is just a reminder that everything you want is already yours. A lot of people use tarot to find out what's coming, find out what's, the future, all of that. Tarot can give you an insight into the future, but it's not going to be fully accurate because there's so many factors that can play into changing your future. You could take a left step versus a right step right after your reading, and that is completely lost, right? So I like to use tarot to be grateful for what I already have right now and learn more about myself and kind of the current state of things. So when I read for myself, it's not just, when will I make $1 million? It's, what can I do to struggle less? What can I do to embrace this feeling of financial freedom and abundance? What can I do to get more pleasure and joy and play in my life? Those kinds of things. So it's the things that you already want, and you already want them because they're already yours. That's the thing, is everything that you desire, everything that you viscerally want is already yours. And that's why you want it, because you know it's out there waiting for you. And this goes into a lot of energy work and removing blocks and things like that. And that's another topic for another class outside of this. But yeah, so everything you want is already yours. So use tarot as a tool to help you gain clarity around your current life and how you can remove blocks to attract your favorite life. All right, we will see you next time for class number 4.